Tonight on Connections Live, we'll meet a student entrepreneur looking to make a name for his restaurant. We'll hear about a local Muncie Dragway that holds regular races. And we'll visit with a recent graduate running a frozen yogurt eatery. Connections Live starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Connections Live. We showcase ordinary people with extraordinary stories. I'm Jenna Liston.
And I'm Brittany Ehrman, and tonight we'll tell the stories of students and alums of Ball State running their own businesses, along with two drag racers who have grown up on the Strip. So let's get started with our first story.
Puerta Al Paraiso is a local restaurant that is owned by a current Ball State student. They aim to bring some of Ball State's nightlife into their restaurant.
Let's take a look at what managing partner Fernando Garcia has to tell us about the bar and grill.
First, I'm a Ball State student still. I kind of seen how in Ball State there wasn't like any Mexican restaurant. So when we brought out the food truck at night, we were selling pretty decent amounts, and we were getting lines, that were just unbelievably, long, and we stayed consistently busy, throughout the night. So, after seeing that, we definitely realized after that, that the market for Mexican food, especially in Ball State, is huge. Started on Cinco de Mayo, which we kind of just jumped right into it because the day we got approved to open was the day before then. It just seems like a successful idea just because, it's so convenient for, the college students, because it's walking distance. We're right below, the Village Promenade, basically in the heart of Ball State, and it's right where the bar scenery is at. When Brothers opened up, it shifted all that bar scene, all the crowds of people that were over on the other side at first, over to this area. So it just made sense, open right next to, where the bars are going on, especially if we're gonna be another bar too, it just makes it that much more easier and convenient for people to just walk back and forth and kind of bar hop. At first, we thought of just, taking events and stuff and taking the food truck out to events, but then we started parking in Ball State, and then we seen, how everybody just loved it. Then we thought, hey, what if we open a Mexican restaurant, at some point and offer the nightlife, kind of deal where we can put like a dance floor, live music, stuff like that. And that's what we're working on right now, is getting those events. Well, we started planning this probably about a couple years ago, but we really didn't get into the actual working towards it until like a year prior to opening. We had initially thought we would be able to open like a year ago, but obviously it took us a little more than a year to get everything, into place and be able to open up. So we finally opened up, just recently. It's pretty brave just jumping into it because obviously when I'm in school, all I'm thinking about is this place and, what if it's busy? What if there's something going on? What if there's an issue? What if, the internet's not working and the iPad's not working, the system's not working, Some people don't know how to handle that stuff. So I try to purposely, the days that I know I'm gonna be, in school or focus on class or meeting with group projects or, doing homework, I try to schedule as much people during my absence to make sure that the place still runs smoothly even when I'm not around. So, it's pretty hard, but, I try to do what I can, I guess. It just comes down to that, because at this point it's like either I fail at this or, or we succeed and go forward with this. I can't allow, this to fail because, I put all of my life savings into this at this point. Taco Tuesdays are a big hit. A lot of people, do like coming to those. So those, probably I would say our busiest days right now are probably Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. We want to be able to expand. And if we expand and go elsewhere, at least my ideas behind it is we want to keep on going from campus to campus to campus to campus. So kind of like, make ourselves more of a college atmosphere rather than a family restaurant per se, since we are, in the middle of Ball State. At the end, what I personally want to see out of this business is for every guest that walks in through that door, come in here, enjoy themselves, and have a good time, and just love it.
What a cool person. It's great how he can juggle so much and still run a successful business.
Absolutely. I'll have to go there this weekend. It sounds like they will be a real hit with the students. To find out more about them, visit their Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Paraiso Restaurants.
Don't go away. We have more stories coming up next.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration,
absorb
a
what
tool,
people are giving you.
not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible.
And then we're going to turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Find me one.
What's your reaction gonna be? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
Little tadpoles, frogs, spiders, this is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. It's got nothing to do with fairness. Bam. Your whole world changes in an instant. And you never see it coming. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke. I'm Paul George, and I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke. F-A-S-T, fast.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to Connections Live. Our next story is about two local drag racers and their lives growing up in the Muncie Dragway.
The strip sees everything from junior dragsters to the real deal and race all the way into the fall every year.
We got the chance to sit down with racers Kaylee and Justin Daniels. Let's take a ride through the Muncie Dragway.
The Muncie Dragway is a drag strip where anyone is welcome to come to. Kids can start racing at 6 years old. They race in junior dragsters. They can race up to 18 years old, and at that time then we'll go into different classes where we have sportsmen, which is just a street car. They run a 1/4 mile. Then we have Pro and Super Pro, and those classes run 8th mile. Anyone is welcome to hang out. They can walk through the pits, they can check out the cars. A lot of racers will let you sit in their cars, take pictures with them. So it's a really neat place to bring your family and just hang out.
It's different from the norm. It's not your typical football, basketball. This is something that's different for people to come out and see and get some excitement from. As far as I can remember, when I was a baby, I've been at the racetrack every weekend with Mom and Dad, and then when my sister was born, we spent every weekend at the track. It's all I've ever known.
Well, my dad grew up drag racing when he started about 16 years old. My big brother started when he was 8, and it was just something I knew, watching them grow up, that I wanted to do. So I started at 8 years old racing a junior dragster, and I've raced every weekend since.
Racing's definitely changed me as a person. One, you have the family aspect, growing up with it, being here every weekend with the family. And on top of that, the racing community as a whole is a family. If someone breaks down, there's 10 people around that car trying to get that car running for the next round. When racing's over, everybody's hanging out around the bonfire or having a few cold drinks,
I think that drag racing is great for anyone because as a family, you know where you are every weekend. You're spending time with your family, you're with your kids, you know what they're doing, you know where they're at. You're gonna make memories together. Some are hard, some are good when you take the wins with the losses. But as a family, I know that for years, ever since I was 2 weeks old, I've spent every weekend at the racetrack, and I would not take back any of those memories. All the time with my family and all the memories that we've shared traveling throughout each state, racing at all these tracks. So it's been awesome, and I think drag racing is a great sport for families to be in. You're going to see a lot of races. You're going to see some slow cars, you're going to see some fast cars. You're going to see burnouts, tire smoking. It's just a lot of fun.
You're not sitting and watching the sport on the TV. You're out enjoying something with your family, and it's exciting. It's loud. It's something in your face. You're involved with it. You can walk around the pits and meet the drivers and see the cars up close, and that's something that you can't generally do when you go to other sporting venues.
I had no idea how family-oriented the racing community was.
Me neither. I love how they have been racing in the racing scene since they were just kids. It really gives that extra bit of perspective on the racing lifestyle.
To find out when the next race is, visit them on the web at www.facebook.com/Muncie Dragway.
For our next story, we got the chance to sit down with Trake Carpenter, a Ball State graduate turned business owner.
Trake is the owner of Let's Spoon in Muncie. It is a frozen yogurt eatery with daily specials in different flavors from cake batter to New York cheesecake.
Let's take a look at Let's Spoon.
I was in graduate school and decided I wanted to start my own business. This kind of all happened, I don't know, maybe within a span of a month. By the end of the month, I had a frozen yogurt shop in mind and was full steam ahead. I figured if there was a time to do it, it was probably now. I don't know if I would have had another opportunity better than this had I waited. Location is very important. I'm very dependent on the college crowd here. there's a big drop when the students left this summer. So, you know, I still don't know what a winter's going to look like around here. You know, hopefully it's okay since the kids will be here outside of winter break. I've talked to a lot of business owners, and I like to pick people's brains, you know, that have done stuff. It's kind of a never-ending thing. I mean, every day is different. You know, there's a different challenge, a different problem I've never seen before, you know, that I kind of have to, you know, drop everything and take care of. I spend a lot of time doing a lot of little random things. I mean, just like taking the towels to be cleaned and ordering inventory and putting inventory away and scheduling our name of the day post. I like when I can be in here, but I'm not scheduled to work. I can just like wander and talk to people. You know, not have to fill toppings or do inventory or paperwork and stuff like that. You know, just being able to be around people and, you know, get to know some customers on a first-name basis. Cake batter is by far the most popular, so I try to steer people towards that if they're unsure. A lot of people like chocolate. I like chocolate, so we've got plenty of chocolate options if you're into that. We do have some non-dairy options. We get quite a few people in here who are lactose intolerant or vegan or whatnot. I try to have the best quality products in here. You know, local stuff. We've got quite a bit of candy that's from Indiana, and I try to keep it at a price that's, you know, reasonable for what you're getting, you know, around the college town. I put a lot of thought into whether I should be open or not on Sundays, and kind of got to the point where I was like, you know, I'm going to be open every day of the week, but I want to do something to give back. I just kind of chose the Habitat. I thought it would be something that a lot of people could rally behind in the community. You know, wouldn't put anyone off that we were, you know, raising money to try to help people around Muncie. Next year, I'm planning on doing the BSU dance marathon. I like they are very involved on campus and put a lot of time and effort into raising money for that. Now I try to find different things every day that kind of drew in a different crowd rather than just the same people every day. So, you know, just try to do some little things here and there. I mean, they're not huge, but, you know, it's enough where people may come on a regular basis, and that helps me out. When I started, I probably had the idea in mind of having 3 or 4 and not working at any of them and just kind of put them all on autopilot, go play golf every day. But now that I'm into it, I think I'd be happy with this one and being here a lot of the time and knowing things are, you know, run well on a day-to-day basis. I would probably do it all over again. It's one of those things you don't really know until you do it, but, you know, once you've done it, you learn so much more than you ever thought you would. I just kind of take it day by day, and where God leads me, I guess I follow.
Wow, I could really go for some froyo right now.
Yeah, and it's just down the road in Ball States Village. To learn more about Let's Spoon, you can visit their website at www.letspoonmuncie.com.
We have one more story for you after the break. Connections Live will be right back.
All right, I know this isn't any fun to talk about, but we should. Okay, so who's gonna do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And I'll try to get the generator going without any gas.
Oh, let's not forget the cell phones, which probably won't work.
Right.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
Well, I think we couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
role, we help you help. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave.
Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Connections Live. Well, with the leaves starting to change and fall coming to a full swing, we thought that we'd play one of our favorite fall-themed segments from the past.
Located in Spiceland, Indiana, Eaton's Orchard has all kinds of attractions to offer, like daytime hayrides, Argo tourism events, and a shop filled with handmade seasonal decorations.
Not only that, but at night, the orchard transforms into the Old Orchard Haunted Trail that spans over acres of fright.
Let's take a look at Eaton's Orchard.
Co-owners of the Haunted Trail here at Spiceland, Indiana.
Through the daytime, we have the core gift shop that's located here, and in that we have a farm market, which we sell apples and jelly and all the fall decors, a lot of handmade products. We have the antiques back in the back, and then the core gift shop, which is a lot of unique gifts and stuff like that. Through the daytime, we have train rides for the kids, and then when we do hay rides throughout the day. We raise pumpkins here, we raise apples here, and we do vegetable production in the earlier part of the year.
It seemed kind of natural. Russ inherited the orchard, and he was wanting to do something to get the orchard going again. And we were sitting around brainstorming one night. Some friends of ours that had done a little small haunted trail, and I said, well, why don't we just do a full-blown haunted trail there?
You are entering at your own risk.
We have all heard the legend of the hangman that prowled the land that Eaton's Orchard now sits on.
You come out to the trail and you're going to see pneumatic props. You're going to see electronic props. But probably our best prop are the haunters. They are the ones that truly get the scare. A lot of times we use the electronics and the different things like that to distract people. And then the true haunter comes out and gets the scare, which is really good.
We have about 70 volunteers average on a night.
It's called the Old Orchard Haunted Trail. This is our 6th year in business. First year we started out, we had about 7 actors that manned the whole trail, which was kind of tough because it is several acres.
And it's a lot of them is local teenagers that come in and they volunteer. They're just a terrific crew to have. Every year we grow, we have more actors.
Probably one of my favorite parts of the trail is the vortex. Me and Russ built it the second year that we were open. And it's a large tunnel that you walk through and the tunnel spins.
The kids just really love it. They love coming out, the adults. I mean, they act really mature. We've been said that we were one of the top haunts in the state of Indiana, and we feel like we are.
We do have a Facebook page, the Old Orchard Trail. And the phone number to contact is 765-520-9206 if you have any questions. We're open every weekend in October, Friday and Saturday night. The trail opens as soon as it gets dark out, and we'll stay open sometimes till midnight, usually between 11 and midnight is when we close.
And so we're an agritourism event, and we're working on a daily basis to bring more for a lot of our local people. We feel like that they like bringing their kids out to the farm atmosphere and just getting them out of the city and just spending the day with us. So we're having a daytime events, and then we also have nighttime events.
All right, that segment definitely got me in the mood for fall.
Yeah, and that haunted trail sounds like a blast.
It did. And I can't wait to check it around Halloween time. That's all for tonight's episode of Connections Live, where we showcase ordinary people
with their extraordinary stories. Have a great night.